guys, it's Dad, it's David from the Cali and Drew Squad, and today we're going to be doing week number 2 of our NFL predictions on our road to week 17, and on our road to the Super Bowl. Alright, so first off, I'll go through week number 1. Week number 1 was a pretty good week. I went 11 wins, 5 losses. First game was the Texans versus the Chiefs. I picked the Chiefs. Chiefs won. Jets versus Bills. I picked the Bills, and the Bills won. Packers versus Vikings. I picked the Packers. The Packers did end up winning. The Eagles versus Washington. I picked the Eagles. The Eagles were up 17-0. I'm like, oh, 4-0, baby. Washington comes back and wins the game. Browns versus Ravens. I picked the Ravens, so I won that one. The Colts versus the Jaguars. Again, Jaguars were huge underdogs. Sometimes the underdogs win, and the Jaguars, led by Gardner Minshew, won the game. So they beat the Colts. So that takes me to 4-2. The Raiders versus the Panthers. I picked the Raiders. Las Vegas wins their first game. Bears versus Lions. The Lions, again, they were up by, I think, 10 or something like that. And they lost. Also, the Lions had a wide open running back in the end zone. He missed the catch, and that would have won the game. But needless to say, I still lost. I picked the Lions. The Bears won. The Seahawks destroyed the Falcons, and I picked the Seahawks. The Patriots, led by Cam Newton, beat the Dolphins, so I go 7-3. The Chargers versus the Bengals. The rookie quarterback from the Bengals almost won the game, but Chargers win. I win another one. I go 8-3. The Cardinals versus the Niners. I picked the Niners. I knew that the Cardinals were an up-and-coming team. I said that in the video. And I said it wouldn't surprise me if they won, and, well, Cardinals win. So that takes me to 8-4. The Tom Brady-led Buccaneers versus the Drew Brees-led Saints. A game for superstar quarterbacks. Saints ended up winning. That takes me to 9-4. The Cowboys versus the Rams on Sunday night. I picked the Cowboys, not knowing what Rams team was going to show up, and the Rams are pretty damn good this year. So I think that they will win more often than not. The Rams won. I picked the Cowboys. That takes me to 9-5, which leads me to Monday night, where I picked the Steelers and the Tennessee Titans. The Steelers beat the Giants to make me go 10-5, and the Titans barely beat the Broncos. We missed 3 field goals, 1 extra point. We needed a field goal to win the game, and thank goodness we hit the 25-yarder. I was scared. Stephen Gostkowski, who played for the Patriots, was a kicker for the Patriots for a long time, is a very good kicker. We had our kicking woes last year, and of course, what happens? He misses a bunch of field goals. But he did have hip surgery last year, so again, that's going to be a little bit like Suckup from last year. Suckup was injured and then couldn't really regain his form. He's now in Tampa Bay with Tom Brady, and so let's hope that Gostkowski can, rebound from his injury. All right, so we're going to start off with week number 2. The Thursday night game is the Cleveland Browns versus the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm going to pick the I'm going to pick the Cleveland Browns in this one. I don't know why. Joe Burrow's not ready for his first victory yet. The Browns lost last week. Odell Beckham, Landry. There's just too much talent there. Kareem Hunt. Who am I missing? Nick Chubb. And, of course, the quarterback, Baker Mayfield. I'm picking the Browns to win this game. It won't be a rout because it's a divisional game, but, it's 21-17 I'll pick. All right, the second game on Sunday is the Giants versus the Bears. 2 teams that I don't know where, the Bears' offense was absolutely horrible for the first 3 quarters. They came out in the 4th quarter and just destroyed the Lions. Whereas the Giants, the Giants looked good. They have their franchise quarterback. I just don't, and they have Saquon Barkley, a franchise running back. I don't know where to go here. I'm gonna pick the Bears here. Cautiously, because I think the Giants Giants are good. The Giants are good. I think their defense needs improvement, but even their defense, I mean, their defense was pretty good either. Also, the next one I find is going to be a tough one too because I don't know. I'm like the Rams versus the Eagles. The Eagles had a 17-point lead last week against Washington. The Rams played really well against the Cowboys. Now their offense isn't as good, I don't think, without Gurley, but I'm gonna pick the Rams to start off 2-0 and the Eagles to start off 0-2, which would be huge. The next game is the Falcons versus the Cowboys. I'm gonna pick the Cowboys here. I think Dak Prescott looking good with Michael Gallup, Amari Cooper, and who was the other wide receiver that they drafted, and of course Ezekiel Elliott. Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Cowboys in this one, and yeah, I think their offense will overtake the Falcons' offense. The next game is the Panthers versus the Bucks. Tom Brady's going to rebound in this game, and the Buccaneers are going to beat the Carolina Panthers. Niners versus Jets. Jets are what they are. They're horrible. Sam Darnold's not going to be able to do much against the 49ers defense, and I think Garoppolo will come back and they'll win this game. So the 49ers are going to beat the Jets to go 1-1. The Broncos versus the Steelers. I think the Steelers look pretty good as long as James Conner comes back and has he left Monday night's game pretty early. I think he only had nine carries and then had ankle injury. So hopefully he comes back. But I think even with or without Connor, I think the Steelers are still going to beat the Buccaneers. I'm sorry, the Broncos. The Denver Broncos. The next game is the Jaguars versus the Titans. Of course, I'm a big Tennessee Titans fan, and of course I'm going to go with the Titans. I think the Titans will have too much against the Jaguars. The only way that the Titans lose is if their kicking game goes south, just like or north, just like the last week where they almost lost to the Broncos. The Lions versus the Packers. I can't trust the Lions. I cannot trust the Lions. I'm not picking the Lions at all. The Packers looked extremely good, especially Aaron Rodgers and their receivers, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, Devontae Adams had a huge game. They have Lazard. They have really good running backs. So I think the defense is going to be stout. So I think the Packers will beat the Lions. The Bills versus Dolphins. As long as Tua's not playing for the Dolphins, they will not win. So I'm picking the Bills. Josh Allen had some mistakes last week, but I think the Bills will have enough to beat the Dolphins. The Vikings versus the Colts. I don't know, where is the Colts? The Colts could start off 0-2. The Vikings are an excellent team. They ran up against a hot Green Bay Packers team last week. I'm picking the Vikings to win this game, and the Colts are going to go 0-2. We got Washington versus the Arizona Cardinals. I'm going to pick the Cardinals here. I think the Cardinals will have too much for Washington. Just don't go up 17-0 because Washington can come back from that. But I'm going to pick the Cardinals. They'll run Washington out of town. The Ravens versus the Texans. This is going to be actually a really good game. I think the Ravens will end up winning because Lamar Jackson is an absolute stud of a quarterback. If he plays like this again, for the whole season, he will win MVP again, and I can't see that stopping. The next game is the Chiefs versus the Chargers. The Chiefs will run the Chargers right out of town because we all know the Chiefs' offense is absolutely amazing. The Chargers will be able to probably put up some points, but the Chiefs, oh my gosh, Tyreek Hill, Mecole Hardman, Sammy Watkins, Clyde Hilaire, the running back just was able to run all over last week. So I'm gonna pick the Chiefs to beat the Chargers. The Patriots versus the Seahawks. I liked how this is a Sunday night game. I liked how Cam Newton played. I think he will play very well again, but the Seahawks will have too much for the Patriots, and the Seahawks will go 2-0. The Monday night game is the New Orleans Saints versus the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm gonna pick the Saints in this one. I think the Saints will have too much for the Raiders. it'll be a close one, I think. I think it'll probably be like one of those 35-30 type of games, and it'll be high scoring. But the Saints will just have too much. Alright guys, so this is week number 2. Right now I'm 11-5, so I'm 6 games over 500. Let's hope I keep that up. If I do that all season long, I'd be happy. There's a couple tough games in this schedule for this week that I'm like, I don't know. We're tipsy-turvy right now. But I think we're going to do well this week as well. But we will see. Alright guys, so remember to subscribe to the Cali Joy Squad, hit that notification button so you don't miss out on any of our videos, smash that thumbs up button, share with family friends. Until next time, peace out.